Welcome to Good Evening KU Sports. I'm Jaden Hill, your host for all things in the sports world. This weekend, the University of Kansas hosted its 100th Kansas Relays. For avid track fans, this meet is one you can't miss. It brings around 5,000 athletes to Rock Chalk Park who compete from noon on Thursday until Saturday afternoon. This year was an absolute blast with lots of KU wins and records broken. Colton Kinnan will give us all the details about this weekend's event. Caroline Spath has some exciting reporting in the world of hockey. As many of you know, this Thursday marks the end of the regular season and playoffs kick off this Saturday. The NHL's 32 teams are down to just 16 in the postseason. Will the New York Rangers break the curse of the President's Trophy? Will the Vegas Golden Knights repeat despite their underdog status? In the postseason, Caroline is here to give us her professional opinion on who is and isn't making it past the first round. Caroline, what do you got?
Thanks, Jaden. Good afternoon, hockey fans. This week has sure been exciting. The conclusion of the regular season on Thursday was quickly followed by the beginning of the playoffs on Saturday. Let's dive into my predictions for round one of the 2024 Stanley Cup Tournament. In the East, we're starting off strong with the Florida Panthers taking on the Tampa Bay Lightning. The Lightning will have the best power play in the league and lots of talent, but the Panthers' defense is nothing to mess with, and I think that could get them through to round two. The Panthers took the win in match 1, 3-2, and they'll face off again tomorrow. Next up is the Boston Bruins and Toronto Maple Leafs. The Leafs' talent with Matthews and their depth through the middle have been huge this season, but I don't think they'll best the powerful defense and goaltending of Boston. In Game 1, the Leafs fell to the Bruins 5-1, playing again tonight at 6. The President's Trophy winners, the New York Rangers, are taking on the Washington Capitals, and honestly, it's hard to picture a scenario where the Capitals take this one. The Rangers won Game 1 4-1 and are all around the better team, but hey, it's the playoffs, so who knows? The last matchup in the East is the Carolina Hurricanes against the New York Islanders. Both teams are super hot going into the series, and both teams have depth. The big factors here will be Anderson's return and the new coaching of the Islanders. If Anderson can play like we've seen in the past, I think the Hurricanes have this one, but the Islanders will definitely put up a good fight. Game 1 went to the Hurricanes 3-1, and they play again tonight at 6:30. Starting in the West, we've got the Dallas Stars and the 2023 champs, the Vegas Golden Knights. This series is going to be one to watch. These are both incredibly strong teams with great talent, plenty of experience, and a lot of depth. Honestly, I could see this one going either way, but because I have to choose, I'm going Stars in 7 games. The Winnipeg Jets and the Colorado Avalanche are next up. Both teams made some great additions by the trade deadline, but Winnipeg is my favorite for this matchup. They have been a top defensive team all season long and have a huge goaltending advantage with Hellebuck that I don't think Nathan MacKinnon and the rest of the Avs offense can overcome. Game 1 went to the Jets 7-6. The Vancouver Canucks and the Nashville Predators are both solid teams who have had good stretches since the trade deadline and have great goaltenders, so this one is going to come down to physicality. The Predators are an aggressive team who I think can beat out Vancouver. Their first match last night went to the Canucks 4-2. Last but certainly not least is the Edmonton Oilers and the LA Kings. This is another matchup with two very, very strong teams. The LA Kings have a pretty strong defense, unlike Edmonton, but I think the Oilers will take the series and their depth and a seemingly unstoppable defense. That's all from me in the world of hockey. Now I'll send you over to Colton to hear about the Kansas Relays from this weekend.
Thanks, Caroline. This past weekend was the 101st anniversary of the Kansas Relays that took place right here in Lawrence, Kansas. The Jayhawks had a really good showing at the Relays, including multiple double-digit wins on the final day of the meet. Now, there were some individual wins and some team wins, and like I said, a really good showing this weekend, and a lot of players collected victories as a team. Dimitros Polivis won the men's discus, throwing 60.68 meters or 66 yards. Sophomore Tayton Klein continued his impressive outdoor season with the long jump title, jumping 7.5 meters. Clayton Sims won his first pole vaulting victory of the season, catapulting himself at 5.27 meters. And even though Sims captured the collegiate victory from the pole vault, Bryce Hoppel, who is a senior at Andover Central and an incoming KU commit, broke the Kansas Relays record and secured the highest distance of the tournament, jumping 5.36 meters. Coach Redwine and all of the Jayhawk fans are surely ready for Hopel to get to Kansas to compete. As a team, Kansas secured victory in the men's 4x800 meter relay as well as a women's 4x400 meter relay. Second place in the 4x8 belonged to Cloud Community College as they ran a 7-minute 45-second time. Like I said, the ladies captured first place in the 4x400 meter relay. The Kansas long distance women also had themselves a really good meet with freshman 800-meter runner Immaculate Jaminti securing her first Kansas Relays win, running a 2-minute 5-second 800-meter. Senior Lana Latimie also impressed this weekend, running a 4-minute 26-second 1500-meter. Latima showed a lot of emotion this past weekend as she finished her Kansas Relays career on top. Kansas also produced 2 champions in the women's hurdles events. Sydney Smith gritted out an impressive 58-second 400-meter hurdle, and Yovedi Moda came out on top with a 13.25-second 100-meter hurdle. Rounding out some key first-place finishes for the Jayhawks were Tori Thomas, who won the shot put event, Elia Lindsay, who claimed first in long jump, and Taylor Mayo, who triple jumped her way into first with triple jump of 12.75 meters. It was a good and packed weekend in Lawrence, Kansas, and the Jayhawks look to continue their impressive outdoor track season next weekend as they host the Rock Chalk Classic right here at Rock Chalk Park.
We have finally arrived at the best point in the show. Cooper is here with another cooked and curated game show for us. We are talking baseball, basketball, and hockey. A weird mix, but okay, Cooper. Caroline, Emma, and Jackson, the cheater, are going to head to see who will advance in our bracket. As always, lock in, write down your answers, and see how you would do against the best and brightest of the team. Cooper, take it away.
Thank you, Jaden. Today we got a crazy game show. Never before seen 3 contestants, so might as well have 3 sports today here at Earth Day. So without further ado, let's meet some contestants.
Hi, I'm Emma. Pleasure to be back, and I'm looking forward to taking the dub today.
I'm Jackson, the cheater.
I'm Caroline, the
I
non-cheater.
didn't even cheat, all right? I was looking to see the days of the week, okay? So, anyway.
Happy Earth Day, everybody. I'm
happy.
so excited to be here, and let's see how this goes.
Cooper, let's hit me with some questions.
All right, let's get right to it. Without any further ado, let's go to question 1. All right, this is baseball. So we're going to go, which team did not get swept this weekend of baseball play? Top 4 answers on the board. Buzz whenever you... Emma?
The answer, which team did not get swept this weekend in baseball? I'm going to say C, Padres.
Padres would be
That's what I was
correct.
thinking. Good
They won
one,
1
Emma.
game. They did not get swept. The other 3 teams did get swept. Emma's on first with 1 point. Let's move right into question 2.
I didn't watch a single game.
Thank you.
All right, here we go. Which team barely lost in the first round of NBA
You
playoffs?
have to let him finish the question.
Bez, you got that one?
He did. It's B Pelicans. They lost by 2 to the Oklahoma City Thunder last
Oh,
night.
Bez would be correct. They did lose by 2. Probably the only competitive game that all weekend.
Probably.
All right, so now we got Emma, 1 point. Bez, 1 point. Caroline, hey,
Hey,
still got some time to make a point or 2.
I'm
so-
feeling comfortable. I'm feeling confident.
All right, well, let's move on to question 3. Question 3. Which team scored the most goals during the NHL playoffs in game 1? Emma?
Bruins.
Bruins would be incorrect.
Dang it.
You go.
Caroline?
Panthers.
Panthers would also be incorrect. Jackson? I mean, yeah, you get 1 chance right here.
I think I'm going to go with the Winnipeg Jets.
Winnipeg Jets would be correct. You had a 50-50 chance. I mean, you
think
can't
you
really
said that.
I
mess
last
that one up.
block.
So it is the Jets.
Whoa. I said, yeah.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Cooper, what are you doing?
Whoa.
What the heck?
Whoa. I'm going to guess B, D, A.
What's
We
going
know all the
on?
answers.
I think what's important is that it's to Bez, not to everybody else. So let's continue.
Next one,
So-
Kota Shojinaga.
That is not even an
That's
option.
just not it.
So we're just going to go to question 4 now. Which player's 176th home run broke a record? Emma?
A.
A would be correct. Shohei Ohtani did break
Do you know
the
what team
record
he plays
over
for?
Hideki Matsui.
Don't need
No
to.
shot.
So now we have 2 points for Bez,
2 points for.
2 points for Emma.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
don't
okay.
forget.
Okay.
No points.
all right.
But it's still kind of not. It's not really too early, so
I
you
get
gotta just. All right, here we
It's
go.
not too
Question
early.
5. Which player recorded a triple double in the first round of playoffs for game 1? Emma?
Anthony Edwards.
Anthony Edwards did not
Dang it.
record a triple double. Bez and Caroline, you can come and take this
Caroline's
point away.
gonna
You can
answer
steal
next.
the point.
Yeah, let's go Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson would unfortunately
God dang it.
also be incorrect. Jackson, you
Oops.
get one shot here, one shot only.
I'll go with LeBron James.
Wow, you guys. It's going to be none of those. It was Jason Tatum.
Wow.
He
That's
recorded
kind
the
of
triple-double.
I haven't watched any.
I've been
have not.
So,
had time
still
to watch
tied
basketball.
2-2. Caroline, still at 0. All right, but
2-2.
Dang.
2-2. Question
Tight
6.
race.
Golly.
Which NHL legend appeared in his 100 and... Tyler? Nope.
Tyler.
There's no Tyler. He is not playing this week.
I
That
know
is
it.
Bez.
I know it too.
Bez, I saw that hand right there.
B. Alex Ovechkin.
Alex Ovechkin would be correct. He did, and he is an NHL
Legends.
legend. So we are going to
Good
move
job,
on to now
And
the
he's a
bonus
Stanley Cup
question.
MVP.
Caroline, you got 0, so unfortunately,
It's okay.
it's a rough one, but you will not be able to pursue in this because
You
No.
don't even
the
get to
bonus
answer.
question,
It's okay.
sadly, is only worth 2 points.
You don't even get to
This is why it comes down
It's a
to
bummer.
it ain't going to just be the
crazy.
bonus question. It's not just going to be the bonus question. So now we have Bez with a 3-2 lead going into the bonus question. Here we go.
Wait.
Whoa, wait, hey.
Question.
Yeah.
Who answers the bonus question first?
So since it's not a 2 or more point lead, it's actually just going to be free for all.
Oh.
So, well, why would you think you got it? He has 3 points.
I'm like elite. I'm leading right now.
All right,
If
so
anything, I'm getting
without
screwed.
further ado, let's get right into the bonus question. Which team has the best record right now in the MLB? Emma, to take the
I'm between two, so I hope you
semifinals.
say one of them.
Which team has the
And
best?
just remember,
What?
you gotta say it because you buzzed.
I'm going to say it.
Okay, then
Which
let's hear
team
it.
has the best record in the league right now? The answer to that question is going to be D, the Orioles.
The Orioles would be incorrect. It is actually
it.
the Cleveland
You
Guardians.
didn't let him guess. I could have stolen.
I'm winning.
He already is winning, so no bonus question was needed. Jackson
Actually,
will
that
be going
one.
on
Oh,
now
wait.
to face Sean Woo
Oh.
in the finale.
Oh my gosh, guys.
Uh-oh.
All right. Message to Chan Woo. I know that you have been dominating everybody in this thing, and I respect that. However, next week, Monday, 3:10 p.m., right here. You're going to be here. I'm going to be here. We're going to battle. Let's do it.
All right.
What the
Well,
heck?
thank you. We'll
Harsh
see you
words.
next week. And now we're going to go to a man on the street of Emma and Jackson. Let's see.
Yay.
The WNBA draft was held last Monday and was exciting to say the least. Of course, we can't talk about the WNBA without talking about the first name in the draft, Caitlin Clark, who was picked up by the Indiana Fever. Furthermore, Camila Cardoso and Angel Reese were both drafted by the Chicago Sky and will be teaming up next season. Harrison will discuss all this and more to keep you up to date with the offseason. I'm excited to announce we have a new dynamic duo joining us today. Tyler and Cooper are here talking baseball. They're going to be yapping about the highs and lows of the MLB and give us their sought-after opinion on the season so far. Without further ado, what do you have for us today, boys?
Yeah, thank you, Jaden. You know, me and Brewer here are going to be talking about some baseball that went down. A lot of games this weekend, a lot of not-so-good games, but why don't you get right into it, man?
Yeah, so first of all, earlier in the week, the Cardinals won the series against the A's, but they still remain one of two teams to have yet to win a series finale this season. So that's tragic. They were unable to sweep the A's. But Sonny Gray looks like an absolute ace as he picked up his 100th career win against his former team in Game 1 on Jackie Robinson Day, nonetheless. This was followed by America's pitcher, Lance Lynn, pitching fantastic in Game 2. Batting-wise for the Cardinals, though, Wilson Contreras and Ivan Herrera are looking great for the Birds, while Nolan Arenado is slowly getting better at the plate, but putting up probably the most unimpressive 300 average the league has ever seen. Overall, the Cards are in a bit of trouble, but I'll get into that in a bit.
Yeah, so why don't we move right into the Cubs, who faced off against the Diamondbacks. They did win the series, but they lost in what was probably the game of the year. I mean, 12-11, what is that? I mean, that's some high numbers.
3-run lead blown, too.
Yeah, that was a crazy game. You know, Corbin Carroll, he still honestly isn't producing that much. I have him on my fantasy team, and it's like, yeah, he give me some stolen bags every now and then, but I want some home runs. He has one home run on the season, so definitely need his power numbers go up for sure. But I mean, just the Cubs pitching has still just been looking. They lost Steele in the first game of the year, and they're still doing really good. I think they're right now second game in the wild cards, but. Yeah, the Cubs, if you're not a Cubs fan, I would say that's unfortunate, but
yep.
Yeah, I've been looking good.
Moving on to the weekend series, the Cards faced off against the Brewers, where the Brewers swept the Cards in some less than ideal results. There were some bright spots for the Cardinals, though, as Sonny Gray threw 6 1/3 and struck out 12 Brewers before his day was done. However, he only gave up 2 earned runs, and those 2 earned runs were the difference as the Cardinals were able to put up no run support. But moving on, the Royals faced off against the Orioles in a 3-game series for the second time this season. However, this time it was the O's getting the best of the series as they went on to win 2 out of 3 games and secure a series win against a very hot Royals team. Coop, what do you got about the Reds and Angels? I know you're big on these two teams.
That was unfortunate. It was kind of sad to watch. You know, you got Mike Trout, that's pretty much it, actually, after watching these games. Put up 6 runs in 3 games total. How do you do that? I mean, geez, the Reds are just putting up 7 runs in 1 game. You got the Angels over here, can't even muster a run. You know, and of course it couldn't get any worse. Anthony Rendon decides he doesn't want to play anymore. He got a hamstring injury. Just when he starts to come around. Yeah, his power numbers will never be there, but he was getting on base. He was. So it's just a sad time to be an Angels fan, really. And you know, honestly, I hope they trade Mike Trout. You know, it's sad, but it's the truth. Maybe we can get a haul.
I know a team that would take him.
But you know who I can't talk? You know who I will talk about all day long? The Frogers. Don't even get me started on the second LA team. I mean, the Angels aren't even from LA. They're Anaheim. But anyway, the Dodgers, they lost to the Nats in a 3-game series. They lost 2 games. Then they lost to the Mets in a 3-game series. They lost 2 of the 3. You got $1 billion team. You can't even beat the Nats and the Mets. You want to talk about America's pitcher? Nats are by far the America's team. We all know Howie Kendrick, 2019 NLDS Grand Slam to win. Yeah, I think the Dodgers are supposed to win that year too. Have they? No, they got a Mickey Mouse 2020 ring. That's all they got. All right, yeah. But I mean, still, you can't be losing to the Mets and the Nats. I mean, what am I gonna do? I'm not playing for the team. But yeah, moving on to Jack Leader. Most of you might know the Leader name. You know, his dad was an MLB pitcher for a very long time, and he actually made his MLB debut the other day on Thursday. You know, started off fantastic. Riley Green, good morning, good afternoon, good night. Struck him out. Then, after that, it kind of just all fell apart. Couldn't even get out of the 4 innings, giving up 8 hits, 7 runs. I mean, you know it's bad when Javier Baez is teeing off on you. That's that's just sad. But he did get sent down, so, I mean, makes sense.
Well, you heard it from a very passionate Angels fan, very passionate baseball fan. That was our weekend update from the MLB. We're going to send it over to Harrison to talk about the WNBA draft and Caitlin Clark.
Thanks, guys. The WNBA draft took place exactly 1 week ago in Brooklyn, and there were several big stories involved. Ranging from Iowa Hawkeyes superstar Caitlin Clark taking the top spot in the draft, college rivals Camila Cardoso and Angel Reese getting drafted by the same team, and the discussion of WNBA salaries and contracts being revisited. The biggest name in the draft was Caitlin Clark, and she was also the first name taken in the draft. Caitlin Clark, the superstar out of Iowa, had an unbelievable career in which she put up career averages of 28, 7, and 8. In addition, this was followed up by her senior year in which she put up 31, 9, and 8 over an unbelievable senior year in which she took the Iowa Hawkeyes back to the national championship game before losing to South Carolina. Clark also set a major milestone by breaking the all-time scoring record in women's college basketball previously held by Kelsey Plum. The Hawkeyes also achieved great success under Clark's tenure as the program reached back-to-back Final Fours and national championship game appearances. However, it was not just going number 1 overall that put Caitlin Clark into the spotlight. It was also the discussion surrounding her rookie contract. Clark's contract will be approximately just over $338,000 over the next 4 seasons, which is an average of about $84,500 per year. For a professional athlete, especially one as transcendent and great as Caitlin Clark, this is pennies. However, Caitlin Clark's endorsement deals are a whole different story. It is reported that Clark is already getting ready to sign an 8-figure deal with Nike. In addition, there are reports of Gatorade and State Farm endorsements, among several others, that will combine to about $3 million. Safe to say, regardless of the Fever's contract, Caitlin will get paid. Caitlin Clark was not the only big story of the night. Former SEC rivals Camila Cardoso and Angel Reese were both drafted by the Chicago Sky and will team up next year in Chicago. Cardoso from South Carolina and Reese from LSU had several intense and heated battles and will now have the opportunity to become a dominant post-game duo in Chicago. Cardoso, standing at 6'7", averaged 14 points and 10 rebounds for South Carolina last season and was drafted number 3 overall. Angel Reese averaged a combined 21 and 14 over her last 2 seasons at LSU. The 2 stars were both members of the past 3 national championship teams over the past 3 years, 2 from South Carolina, 1 from LSU, and will bring a lot of winning experience to Chicago. There are a bunch of new stars in the WNBA, and we'll be excited to watch them throughout their careers. Thank you all, and back to you, Jaden.
Thanks so much, Harrison. After the break, I will be with Jackson Bezdek and Blake Sevenbergen to talk about their time at KU. Stay tuned.
Missed the bus again?
Yeah.
You should download My Bus Lawrence. You can see when buses are arriving here, and you can also see where the buses are in Lawrence.
Wow, okay.
Download the My Bus Lawrence app today.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We are back with Jackson and Blake, ready to do an interview about your guys' time at KU, as they are seniors in the J School. So to start off, I just want to hear about I want to hear about your guys' first day at KU.
Oh, man. You go first. You were here first.
I was here first. Okay. My first day at the University of Kansas, it was COVID still.
Yep.
Oh, wow,
Masked up. Didn't know a soul, actually. I had not met anyone.
God.
Someone sent me an email and was like, do you want to get involved at the Kansas Journalism School? I was like, yeah. So I walk in here to the studio right over there and I go, hi, Cal Butcher. I'm Blake Sevenbergen. Nice to meet you. Can I be on television? Is basically the conversation I had.
Nice.
Yeah.
I dressed nicer than I needed to. I was wearing like a button-down shirt.
How you do it.
It was like, ugh.
Hey,
how it
you made
happens.
an
This guy.
impression, obviously. I mean, you're still here, so.
It was weird, man, because it's completely different now. Because
Yeah.
you couldn't even walk around campus with people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't even imagine that. I would have been, freshman.
Yeah.
High school. That's crazy.
Jesus.
I went to Oklahoma State for a semester, transferred to Kansas after. So my first day was January of 2021. And it's very similar to Blake. I came on Friday for the first Playmaker show of the semester.
Yep.
I didn't know anybody. I met this huge dude who was super loud. And he was like, my name's Blake. And then there was this other kid named Gus, and he was like, "Hello, Jackson. It's great to meet you. Welcome to the
Shook
University
your
of
hand
Kansas."
for 45 seconds, yeah.
And it was like,
Yeah.
and then, I don't know, I felt at home pretty much immediately, and thanks to Cal for, letting me hang around that one Friday and put on a headset, because I'm now here.
Yep.
Oh, that's so awesome. So kind of on this same note, but a little bit more specific. So what about your guys' first show? Can you guys talk about kind of how that came about, what you guys
Blake's
did?
Bets.
No,
Was it your first?
My first ever on-air experience. I was with Anna Ambrose. We
Shout
were
out
doing Good Morning KU, not sports. And Cal goes, "You don't get a script, just go." And we talked about crunchy chicken cheddar reps right over here. It was
Oh
the
my
dumbest
God, so
conversation of all time. I hope no one ever finds that video on YouTube because it's not good. I look like a 14-year-old. Yeah, the Brew Center, one of the most popular spots on campus for lunch or dinner. One of their staffers tested positive for the virus, and now they will be closed through September 28th.
Bro,
Pre-beard. Oh,
freshman Seb was just such a baby, yeah.
I mean,
your first
I
thing was
think
Playmakers, wasn't it?
Mine was Playmakers. It was I did a 2-minute drill, which was a Playmaker segment at the time. And I don't remember, it was KU basketball, but I don't remember.
Something portal related.
No, I think Rosengard was on it too with me, which is
sounds
funny.
about
And
right.
so, and Zane. Remember Zane?
Yeah.
Dude, he was on my first segment. It was me, Logie, Zane, and I forget the fourth guy. But there was a fourth guy. And then after that, I did a couple more of those, and then next year I hosted, and then...
Excited to see the start of the tennis season. But while tennis season is beginning, KU's women's basketball season is coming to an end. With 5 games left in the season, the Lady Jayhawks have fought through every game, and Wednesday night they faced off against Iowa State. And at halftime, the game was close, 38-34.
What's been your favorite memory at the J School so far?
Oh my God,
I mean,
that's
okay,
so
should I
tough.
narrow it down to years?
Honestly,
or-
for me, doing Blake's show last year, Run It Back, and getting to do my take on Chris Berman's fastest 3 minutes, every week I got to do that was my favorite memory.
Oh,
it was
that's so
it was so fun. It was I watched all of them since I was a kid, and I just got to do it. And me and Blake were, dude, we'd sit there Monday nights before the show. We were just cooking.
Yeah, it was
just
awesome.
cooking. Blake was so good on the TD. It was tough. It's tough because you've got to. I'm
gotta
talking
talk to
fast,
you
but
and
you
press
have to click the
buttons.
graphics fast. So it was very much a team effort.
I
And it
think
was awesome.
I'm going to piggyback off you. I think my favorite memory was that year, junior year, was when we won KAB, best sports
did
broadcast.
win, we
That was pretty sweet. And then this one's a throwback. Freshman year, Playmakers all went to a Royals game.
Oh my gosh.
I don't really need to say any more about that experience, but it was a whole lot of fun.
Yeah. I got on TV for running around in the outfield after a game winning.
Salvi had a walk off. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was pretty
I
sweet.
can't really blame you for
It was
that.
I wish I could tell you the full story.
Yeah. Yep.
So what do you think is one of the best parts of being a part of the J School? What are kind of the highlights of the school? I mean, you guys have been through a lot of different things.
Right here.
Yeah,
That's
it. It's the people.
That's why you do it.
It's the people.
My closest friends from KU are journalism people. All of them.
I mean, without a doubt in my mind, I think I would have had good experiences here in this studio doing TV and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But being able to sit out in the lobby or sit around the studio and just chop it up with people, I could walk in and have a 30-minute conversation with Cal and I wouldn't think twice about it. But I could also talk for an hour with someone I haven't seen in 2 months, and it's we're still best
It's the same
friends.
thing.
It's every single time.
Oh, wow, that's really awesome. I do think the J School, like I said, I've only been here a year now, but there's definitely
Yeah.
a community.
It
about
happens.
it.
Our show has it. It really
Yeah.
does. Think about it. That
I didn't know any of these people.
shout
I
out
didn't know.
Coco behind the camera, keeping the group chat alive every weekend.
Yeah. The group chat goes crazy.
You're not in on it.
It's the people, though. I mean, it's unbelievable.
So how did you find what you? I mean, obviously you both are really passionate about this, and you really found what you love. And how did that really come about? Did you know before you came to college? Was it when you were in college? How did that work for you? What did that look like?
I knew I wanted to do sports media. That's why I went to Oklahoma State in the first place. I think I didn't know how much I was going to love it until I did it, though.
Yeah.
And then I never thought about producing ever until I did this, and this has been such a blast. This will be my other favorite memory is doing this show for you guys.
This has been really awesome.
It's
I've
been
had a
super
great time.
fun.
So.
And that's.
I mean, my thing is when I got to college, I was I want to be an announcer. I want to do play-by-play.
Dude, I
and
want
all
to do
these things.
baseball play-by-play.
And then I met someone who had really done it, and I'm like, nope, done, not for me. And then kind of got in with athletics, doing video stuff, and just from there it's been.
Okay, so you can do so many different things.
So many
here.
different routes you can go.
Blake and I do completely different things, honestly. Like, I mean, when it comes down to it, and yet we're still sports journalism.
I mean, expand on that. So, like, what are you guys like doing like in the J School right now? Like, how are you guys like doing different things? You're both in sports media, but I mean, like, what is the difference there?
So obviously, I produced a show last year, and I'm helping with this. But I work for Kansas Athletics now. With Rock Chalk Video is the name of the group. I do social media content and live production for video board and social media. Walk around with a camera at track
Blake's
meets.
underselling it. He runs the Allen Fieldhouse scoreboard, and he gets you lit, all right? That's what he does.
It happened once or twice, maybe. Yeah. My favorite thing about my job, though, was when I was running replay for the video board at basketball games. Refs make just a heinous call, and I'm like, oh, I'll play it in the slowest speed I possibly can. We are in a soundproofed room, and I can still hear 16,300 booing. It's the greatest thing in the world.
That's really, really cool.
Yeah.
I do more on-camera stuff.
Yeah.
I had a podcast with the Field of 68 with KU basketball this year, which is more talking and on-camera in front of Mike. That's kind of how I would describe it. Is Blake is.
I am behind the camera, and you are in front of it.
Blake knows how everything works, and I don't. I just make
You're
it
just
fun.
doing it.
I just come out here and be me.
He's a vibes guy.
Absolutely.
But he's also really good at talking on air.
Yeah, I think there's definitely there is those two parts, and some people are just really good at one, some people are really good at the other.
And I mean, hey, don't sleep on Blake on camera now.
I've had my moments. I've had my moments.
I mean, like,
I've had my moments.
So, like, what do you guys want to do? What does the future look like for you guys? Do you guys know, or or is that a sore subject?
I mean, I'm going to be in sports for sure. There's no possible way I could do anything else. I love it so much.
Yeah.
My internship that I've had with Nike, taking stats for EYBL basketball games, I cannot see myself doing anything other than sports unless it's like, I don't know. I don't know. So, what's next? I don't know. Talk to me in a year, and I'll let you know.
I guess mine's a little more concrete. I don't know. I won't give specifics on the exact job market, but working in creative media is something that I want to do, something that I plan on doing. Working as a videographer, content producer for a college athletic department is not something I thought I'd be doing at the beginning of college, but it's something I want to do now, so let's hope that works out for me.
No, that's awesome. You guys obviously have some really good plans. And so what advice would you have to give to either freshmen coming in, whether doing the J School, just in general? Like, what's your advice as a senior looking back?
Just talk to people.
Yeah.
The more people you talk to, the more opportunities that'll present itself. Like the podcast I did, I wasn't even the first to ask for it. Blake was like in the talks like with Sam Lance, my co-host, and then everyone that Sam asked was like, yo, you should ask Jackson Bezdek. He loves KU basketball. Just stuff like that. And you make so many friends. This isn't fun without the friends. I want to put that out there.
Yeah.
Like it is, but it would just be work like we're going to do, next year and the year after that and the year after that. It would just be a 4-year extension of you in the workforce. But it's not. Just do this. Like if you're a freshman and you think you have a future in any media capacity, just come to the studio and meet people and make friends, because it's awesome to be friends with people that have the same dreams and aspirations as you do.
I guess I'm going to piggyback off of that. There are so many opportunities for you to do something here, whether you want to write, whether you want to talk on radio, you want to do play-by-play, you want to produce, you want to be on air, you want to try to get in with athletics and do communications, video, anything, all of it.
J School.
There are a million things that you can do, and they're giving you the opportunity to be as well-rounded as possible when you graduate. You have to take advantage of those opportunities. They're there for a reason. And then, talk to people. Cal is a great resource.
Absolutely.
Take advantage of that.
Please.
The students around you are great resources, especially in different aspects of maybe something that you want to do as well. Take advantage of that. Don't let an opportunity like this be something that you don't take advantage of early, and then as a senior you're scrambling and you're like, oh, what the hell am I going to do?
But Blake and I we tried so many different things, and it's good for like your resume too. Like I can put on my resume that I've done play-by-play, and then I've been a producer, and then I've done X, and then I've done Y. Blake can do the same thing. They're all such different things. It doesn't matter how much or what your knowledge is on it. Just get some experience. Experience is how you get jobs.
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean, Blake and I fake it till we make it. Let's be real, my guy. We do.
For a little while at least, yeah.
At least when you're a freshman.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe not as much now.
No, yeah. We got a good grip on this.
Yeah, I think you guys
I
probably
sure
know
hope
what you're
so.
doing at this point. At this point, I would hope so. Well, it's been awesome. I mean, for me, like to get to know you guys this past semester, working on this show with you guys. It's going to be really awesome to see where you guys go. And I know the whole show is wishing you the best and is excited to see what you guys do. Well, folks, this is all.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. This is all for this edition of Good Evening KU Sports. You can follow us on Instagram at GEKU_sports. And we will see you next week at 3. Rock Chalk.